of music.
Good morning again, dear listener, and as promised, I would be having an interview with a stinging star from Newcastle and who's joined me live over the phone right here on Tank FM's 103.1. Good morning, Sami Cooke.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm so stoked to hear from you again since our last interview, and even more so pleased that technology is just working and flowing so well this morning. So that's always a great start for an interview, right? If everything's...
Always is, and I love chatting with you. I feel like after last time I've just been so excited. I feel like I should have a glass of wine in my hand and just sit back and chillax and have a chat.
Oh my goodness, and I'm right there with you with my little cup of mocha.
It's 10 a.m, so I probably shouldn't be saying that.
No, that's fine.
Mocha's good too, yeah, mocha's great.
For this Sunday morning. You be yourself, Sami. We're going to have lots of fun this morning, 10 to 8 this time.
Definitely.
And Sunday the 19th of May. So thanks so much for joining me again and touching base, especially with your new video release dropping in 2 weeks away. How exciting.
I am stoked. I'm so excited for this one. It's the video release for my title track to my new CD, Crazy Love. Mm-hmm. So, this is indeed Crazy Love, the film clip for it. And it's just such a fun song. I wrote this one with a good friend of mine in Sydney called Steve Deal, and we just sat back and we just wrote this song within about 20 minutes.
Yes.
And it's just a real cool, chilled-out one. The weekend before I wrote it, I went out with my partner and one of our best mates in Newcastle, and we just had a great night together. And yeah, I wanted to write a song pretty much about just having a good night and having friends and celebrating, and that's exactly what the film clip shows. I filmed it with Stephanie from Cat Tower Productions in Newcastle, and it was she just did exactly what I was after. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you kind of taken away from my next question, but just to add to it, with what you would expect from this clip, I've seen your summertime clip on YouTube, and it evokes, feelings of fun, beach, carefree, and just being in that moment. And kind of that's the essence of life, I guess, what you're saying about celebration.
Yeah, I think that's just how I try to live my life as well. Being a full-time musician, I just focus on music, and I focus on living and trying to songwrite, and I guess find inspiration for that as well. I try to take life pretty carefree and try to write about that and try to express that in my music. So I do feel like this song is pretty much very, very similar to the way that we had Summertime. Stephanie actually was like an apprentice to Matt, who filmed the last film clip. Mm-hmm. So she's taken away a lot of great techniques from him when she was filming this one. Yes. And we built on the storyline a lot that way and just kept it very relaxed. Yeah, so it's pretty much similar to how I try to live life.
Yeah. I really am intrigued, Sami, if you can share with listeners, what's your drive? Like, you seem so passionate and consistent and persevering, like every week on your socials, like Insta, you're just like, I'm going to be touring here, I'll be singing out here, make sure you catch me there. And I'm like, whoa, you are so driven. Like, what's your secret?
Well, I guess you just have to be in this career. It's an amazing life to be able to live this as a full-time job, I guess. And my dad always said that I've got a bit of a heart of stone, but you've got to have a bit of both. You've got to be tough as nails, and you've also got to be able to be relaxed and enjoy it, because it's not easy being just a full-time musician. There's always the everyday things like money and promoting and trying to get out there. And some days there are gigs, like this weekend's been really great, but last night I had a gig and started off packed, but then the last half an hour is about 3 people. So you just have to be used to that kind of stuff and just enjoy it, because, those 3 people, you never know who's in the audience, so you just got to give it all to them all the time.
Oh, that's amazing, Sami.
You can't do that without being enthusiastic and without loving it. So, to answer the question, I guess it's just really, I love it.
Mm-hmm. And, just to add another layer to that, what encouragement would you give for other creatives who are wanting to dip their toes in this industry?
I found a lot of help when I was reaching out to other musicians. So I find having the support of other musicians and kind of connecting with them and songwriting really helps, because I am also studying a Bachelor of Journalism and PR. My journalism degree kind of pushes back my creativeness on songwriting. I get a lot more stricter. So I had a bit of writer's block for a while, so I reached out to other musicians and I started co-writing. Yeah. And it's really relaxed me and helped me and encouraged me again, and it sort of brought a whole new light to my music. And which is why the new CD, all the songs are co-written except ones from myself. But yeah, it's pretty much, I guess, my advice would be to just keep getting out there, just keep pushing it, just reach out to other people, get support. And, you never know what it's going to take. You never know who you're going to be singing to. So whether you're busking, whether you're just on YouTube or Facebook, or whether you're gigging like me, just keep going, just keep doing it. As long as you love it, keep doing it.
Thank you, Sami. That's just so... My what's it called? My headphones are nearly being burnt off with all the passion and enthusiasm that's just coming through that telephone right now.
I'm just thinking, I might sound so passionate right now.
You
I just want a coffee to help.
Do it. Whatever you got to do, girlfriend, just do it, Hit that Nike plug. Hey, you touched on your tertiary learning adventure. Just a plug for young people listening, in particular high schoolers. What would you tell them?
What would I tell them? So I was a bit of a nerd in school. I was the one who, I was always in a music room in recess and lunch.
Wow.
And then after school I'd go home, and I grew up on a farm, so I was always outside riding the horses and practicing, getting into music. I was never really like a cool kid, but I just kind of stuck to my studies, and then I hit the road in 2014. I travelled the eastern coast of Australia for the full year.
Wow.
And I performed 110 shows in 10 months across the eastern coast.
Wow.
And just fell in love with music. So I kind of just left my studies behind. But I didn't want to stop, so at the same time I was still studying online. I was doing a Certificate 3 in journalism, just so I kept that momentum up in case I ever needed something. And then I continued performing, and I started traveling overseas and things like that. And my journalism really helped because I started doing blogs and writing on my media releases, and I do all my sort of own PR. And then 5 years out of school, 6 years this year, oh my God, 5 years out of school, I decided to apply for uni and look into a Bachelor of Communications. I'm doing a double major in journalism and public relations. And it's really, really helping me with my music career. And it's all about kind of helping me know how to market myself and how to write all my media releases and, have that little inner journalistic person inside me. But I guess my future goal is to be able to continue travelling full-time and performing full-time and being paid for that, because money helps. Blogging and being a social media expert and stuff like that, helping other companies as well, and doing it all online so I can travel.
Wow, so definitely you've honed in on those skills and built on them from your high school days, even through your school leave days and up to where you are now into uni. So
you got to love technology.
and technology, and keep up to date with that. So that's awesome, Sami. And finally, where can listeners access your music online?
So I got my website, which is just SamiCooke, SamiCooke.com.au. So you can get all my music on there. You can check out the videos. You can check out the all the information about me too. Facebook is my major thing. I love Facebook, so it's just SamiCooke Music on Facebook. But the main thing is my film clip being released in exactly 2 weeks. I'm so excited.
Yay. Go girl.
The 1st of June at 10 a.m. Jump on to Facebook and YouTube. It's going to be all over it. And request my stuff on CMC channel as well. If you just head to the CMC channel website and type in Sami, it'll come up with my songs. And at the moment, Summertime, my previous release is on there. So we're hoping to get this one on there too. So fingers crossed, and just keep requesting it for me.
Awesome.
It'll help.
Yes. And you let me know when your next video clip's coming out as well. Was it September, Sami?
I'm thinking so. I haven't started on it yet. Excuse me. I had a gig last night, so a bit croaky. Haven't started on it yet, but I'm thinking around September, and that one's going to be a big one too.
Okay, well, I'm just giving a big plug and shout out there from Kempsey. When your next video drops, please do let me know. I'd love to have you back on air, especially because you've got your own family connections here.
I was just going to say, it's kind of like my second home. My dad grew up there, and all my family are there, and travel there all the time. We love Kempsey.
I'm currently pounding my chest, putting a big peace up sign to your family, is going, proudly supporting our girl here in the beautiful Macleay Valley. Well, thank you so much, Sami Cooke, for your time. That's samicooke.com.au. And stay on the line. I'd love to say goodbye to you before you go. Thank you so much for making the time all the way from Newcastle. And here's Crazy Love by Sami Cooke. Enjoy, dear listener. Okay, see you, Sami.